Right, so Kona test.
Have you ever felt?
Are you listening? Damn.
Right. We're going to go to a CCS charger in a Kona, then we're going to figure out how to open the charge socket because no one showed us.
Really? That's like a Tesla.
Nice.
It's pretty quick. It's not bad for a Hyundai.
Not bad at all.
Do we know the specs on this, or is it a 64 or a 30?
I think this is a 64.
So this is it's a 64 Kona, 64 kilowatt hour Kona. It's a fairly high spec. It's got what Hyundai call a heads-up display, which is this little screen that comes out here.
I love it.
This car's been lent to me by Will Adams at DSG. There's a link to Will down below if you want to buy a car from Will. He's a Hyundai dealer and is a Renault dealer, so you can get a Zoe from him and also a Hyundai. He's nicely lent me this car for a couple of hours to have a play with. And when these lot found out I was going in the Kona, they all jumped in the back.
Yes.
So we can have a full, proper review for adults in a Kona.
Any headroom?
What the room's like, headroom.
Adults?
Four children in a Kona. A couple of things the Kona does. It's got side collision warning, as we found out. The Kona does a couple of things. We're going on a motorway now, and I'm going to try the Kona autopilot system. And I didn't test it prior to coming on the motorway. So we press that. It's now got a picture of a wheel, which means the wheel's being controlled. When people go past the side collision warning, it goes a bit wide. It's going a bit wide. It's travelling a bit far too to the left than a normal driver. So most drivers, you centre to your right lane when you're driving. The Kona seems to want to centre to the left of the lane, which self-driving's a bit scary. It will change lanes with an indicator. So if I indicate now, it's lost the lane.
Markets aren't that clear, are they?
No. It's not as good as a Tesla autopilot, I'm sorry.
No.
It's not got that.
That was a bit jerky then.
Yeah. It's just not got that little bit of, what's the word? Smoothness or Precision, yeah. I don't think it's monitoring all the lanes for all the cars. I've not driven the Nissan with autopilot, so I can't comment. But it's fine like this, straight road. That's fine. It's when they're changing the lanes. They shouldn't put it in if it doesn't work 100%. Look, now it's gone to the right.
Is it ping ponging?
It's ping ponging. Look, I've gone to the left again now. Right, and it'll ping pong. Look, it's ping ponging back over to the right now. Can you feel it?
I can see it wandering.
Yeah. This is where we find out that the CCS works perfectly. Starting. Come on, Dave. Come get the screen. Starting.
What I'm doing.
Charging. CCS works. So the Ecotricity CCS charger works. Ta-da!
Thanks, Dale.
Cheers, Dale. Okay, there's another feature I forgot about. The paddle shifts on here are not paddle shifts. They're adjustable regen braking.
Nice.
Right, so you've got one with triple arrows and one with one single arrow, and you pick the amount of regen you want. So you can control the brake of regen rather than pressing any brake pedal. Yeah, when you pull the third level regen and you hold it, it can almost bring the car to a complete and utter stop. It's quite nice. The only thing I noticed with the driving is it's a bit lapsy on the steering. It's not very like the Zoe. It's very pointed. You point the Zoe somewhere, it's like a go-kart. It goes there instantly. On the Hyundai, it's more family saloon sort of wandery. It's not very good. Same with the lane keeping assist. It's just not a Tesla lane keeping assist. It's good, and it obviously uses adaptive cruise with a sensor, but it's not. It doesn't feel planted. The actual overall part of the car drives very nice. I quite like it. It's not got the nimbleness of a Zoe, but it's not really a hatchback. It's more of a big sort of family car. The boot space is quite adequate at the back. I'd definitely have one. I think for the price range that you can get one for the price point this car is in, it's extremely cheap. I think it's very, very, very well priced. The car's got a lovely big sat-nav screen, quite easy to use. You've also got the ability of using Android Auto or Apple CarPlay, which will project the screen onto the sat-nav from your phone, and you can use the apps basically on your phone. You've also got this amazingly large, really high detail, high definition reversing camera, and it's a lot more clearer than something like the Renault Zoe, and it's very similar to what's on the new Nissan Leaf, for example. Repeat what you just said to me.
What did I just say to you? What did I just say to you?
Like pressing buttons.
Oh no. You like pressing buttons, don't you, Nick?
Dave just said that to me off the camera, so I asked him to repeat it, completely forgot, got camera shy, just, Dave, what? I just said repeat what you said, you only said one word, you like pressing buttons.
Oh, that's it. You like pressing buttons?
I forgot what I was going to say back.
You can't.
What I was going to say is this car has an optional upgrade of heated seats and a heated steering wheel.
You're the expert, Nick. You're the guy. You're the man.
I'm not an expert.
You've got your face on mugs and everything.
Have you brought my mug with you?
I haven't brought it with me now.
Right.
I should have done, shouldn't I?
I'm going to overlay it on the screen. Dave, I made some EV Nick merchandise at the bottom in the description, and Dave said he'd buy one if it had my face on it. So he wanted a mug on a mug, basically. I made a mock-up of it, and Dave clicked and bought it on the store.
I did.
He's actually bought a mug with my mug on.
Joke too far, I think. It was joke too far, but I love it. I do. I love my mug with a mug.
So the important question is, how much room is in the car? How spacious is it compared to other cars? In the back, we have James, who's 5'11", and he's got just enough leg room there to be comfortable. But in the front, we have Dave, who's 6 foot, and who's in a normal, comfortable driving position for his size. So in conclusion, I think it's a good car. Hyundai produced a fantastic car, and for the price range it is in, it is amazing value for money. If you need 300-mile ranges in your EV, then this is the car to get at this price point right now. What I change about the car is when selecting sport mode, I think that Nissan need to tighten the steering wheel up when you select sport. It should just be a little bit tighter. It just feels a bit loungy, a bit lapsy-daisy when you're in the sport mode setting. One thing that I thought was quite a neat feature is if you select on the car to use the timing function for your charge rate, it remembers the location what you're in and will only use that timer on the location you've set. And there's also an override button underneath the charge flap that you just simply press, and that will allow the charge rate to be overwritten. One other small minus point that will soon be resolved is, as of yet of recording this video, there is no UK based app for the Hyundai Kona. There is one for American markets, but at the moment in the UK there is no way to set a preheat on your phone. It has to be done physically on the Hyundai dash. Come on Hyundai, it's about time that this was sorted. I'd like to thank everyone this week for watching this video. Please give it a thumbs up. It really helps my videos grow and my channel grow bigger. Please consider subscribing and check out some of my other videos. Thanks very much, and I'll see you again soon. Goodbye.